Morning. This is James Oliver Jr., parentpreneur expert, author of the book The More You Hustle, the Luckier You Get. You can be a successful parentpreneur, giving you your daily dose of inspiration right now, right here. reading a chapter from my book every day. Today's chapter is actually inspired by Oprah and Ariana Huffington. So if anybody out there knows how to get to Oprah and Ariana, please share this with them and tell them I said thank you so much for the inspiration. So the chapter is titled, How Do You Know What the Next Right Move Is in Life and in Business? Hashtag control freak. There are no control freaks listening to this, right? Nobody. Not you, not me, not anybody, right? Anyway, you can get the book at themoreyouhustle.com, Kindle, iBooks. Thanks for continue to share. Tag a friend that's a parentpreneur, an entrepreneur. And let's go. Chapter 21. How do you know what the next right move is in life and in business? Hashtag control freak. When you get to a fork in the road, how do you know which way to go? What about the times when you're not sure how to even get to the fork so you can actually make a decision? When you're stuck and don't know what to do, how do you figure out your next right move? I ask these questions as they relate to life in general, but I'm mostly interested in the answers in a business context. What Oprah does. A while ago, I watched an amazing interview with Oprah. Part of what she talked about was how she figures out what her next right move is when she's faced with a challenge. Here's what Auntie Oprah said, quote, "The way through the challenge is to get still and ask yourself, what is the next right move? Not think about, oh, I've got all this to do. What is the next right move? And from that space, make the next right move. Then from that space, make the next right move and the next right move. And not to be overwhelmed by it because you know your life is bigger than that moment." End quote. So I tried Oprah's approach once, and it actually worked. I had a few friends telling me for months I should raise capital for my business, but I knew the time wasn't right. I didn't have a compelling enough story to raise more cash, so I didn't bother to try. But I knew I needed to do something bold to keep the business moving forward. Then in January 2015, I decided to try Oprah's approach. I meditated on the question, what's the next right move for the business now? As a result, I got clarity and conviction about the idea of raising capital. And I put together all the necessary investor documents to make that happen. I ended up raising $100,000 from an unexpected place. One of my existing investors who previously told me he didn't want to throw good money after bad. Not bad, huh? Control freaks. It's not me, it's not you, it's not anybody I know. Control freaks. I realize this approach might be difficult for the control freaks in the audience. Listen, I am a recovering control freak. I say recovering because on this entrepreneurial journey, despite many of my brilliant ideas, at least I think they are, right? And so many smart plans, so often none of that matters. Things just don't work out the way you want. Last year, I watched Auntie Oprah interview Ariana Huffington, founder of the Huffington Post, about her new book, Thrive. At the end of the interview, Ariana said something that resonated with me. She talked about our ability to control the outcome of things. Really, it was Ariana's comments about our inability to control things that were most profound. Quote, "I'm a type A personality and a hard driver towards success. But so often, driving hard is not enough to bring about the results we want in the time frame we want." End quote. So what does Ariana, a super successful type A personality, recommend? Do your part to the best of your ability. What Ariana said hit me right between the eyes. I don't make everything happen. It's hard for a type A personality to remember that. I do my 10%. Oh, I'm sorry. Back up. Which he said hit between the eyes. Quote, "I don't make everything happen. It's hard for a type A personality to remember that. I do my 10%, 100%, and the rest I leave to God and I go free." End quote. Damn. Here's more from Ariana. Quote, "One of the things I taught myself is life is a balance between making it happen, and letting it happen. We can't be attached to the results because it's not entirely up to us. That's surrender." End quote. Doing my 10%, 100%. Thinking of things Ariana's way helped me keep perspective. In February 2015, I laid out my plans to grow my business and get things to a point of sustainable growth. I determined I would accomplish a few key things. Double annual website traffic to 120,000 visitors. nearly double the e-commerce customer conversion rate to 2%, and grow revenue to $500,000. Here's a quick look at how things went in 2015. After evaluating data, I decided to make our montage editor work on mobile devices in the browser. No app downloading needed. The project was completed and works really well. The results were only a few sales for mobile devices in 2015. I also recognized the need to drive traffic to the site organically and rely less on PR. I successfully built a Facebook referral tool that, while it has workflow issues since I changed a few things around, has not delivered on driving traffic to the site. And finally, there was customer demand to make a mural using just one image. That project was completed and is still in beta, which means it works but has a few bugs. I've only sold a handful of single image murals via the site. My 10% was done. Now what? All that work completed and lots of money spent to make it happen. Result in sales? Not much. I'll bring this up because I crushed the things I could control, and according to Ariana, now I had to wait for the other 90% of the stuff out of my control to happen. Ha! Where's my drink? The reality is, though, if the 90% piece didn't happen soon, the biz was gonna run out of cash. I would have to make some hard decisions. That said, my specialty on this entrepreneurial journey has been to rectally extract rabbits, and I would trust in that skill set to keep things moving forward. I ain't gonna lie though, it's frustrating as fuck sometimes. Naturally, I will keep experimenting on things that make sense for the business and remain hopeful the 90% will kick in at the right time. More proof that doing everything you can isn't enough. I recently read an interesting article in which Justine Musk, ex-wife of billionaire Elon Musk, responded to the following question. Will I become a millionaire if I am determined to be one and put in all the necessary work required? Not only does she say the question is all wrong, but her answer stopped me dead in my tracks. Determination and hard work aren't enough. Her answer was simply no. Then she asked the question, quote, you're determined, so what? You haven't been racing naked through shark-infested waters yet. Will you be just as determined when you wash up on some deserted island, disoriented and bloody and ragged and beaten and staring into the horizon with no sign of rescue? End quote. When I read that, all I could say was, damn. The analogy is awesome. I like to put it this way though, quote, being an entrepreneur is like getting up every day, opening the door at both ends of a full lion cage and running through it as fast as you can, wearing nothing but pork chop underwear, over and over again, all day long, end quote. At least that's been my experience. And that last part about being disoriented and bloodied and staring at the horizon, I put it this way. I've stared into the abyss with no answers, only questions. Courage and luck. Then Justine wraps up her comments by saying the following. Have courage. You will need it. And good luck. You'll need that too. End quote. I'd love to meet this woman and buy her an amazing cocktail. And of course, but now you know, I'd say it takes luck and hustle, but I do agree it takes courage too. What do you think about Ariana's 10%, 100% philosophy? Do you think you can fully control outcomes to your benefit? Hit me up on Twitter and let me know at James Oliver Jr. So that's that chapter. I think it's an interesting one. I really would love to get your thoughts about it. And if you're connected to Ariana, Oprah in any way, or Julianne Musk, if you could tweet, I'll tweet at them too. But let them know I really appreciate their inspiration and their thoughts. And Justine Musk, I'm sorry, not Julianne Musk, Justine Musk. Just let them know I appreciate it. But anyway, that's what's up with this chapter. You can get the book at themoreyohustle.com. Keep hustling, keep grinding, keep being the best you can be. Tag a friend, share, please share. And cop the book. Dang it. Thanks. Peace.